Across the vast plains and dry woodlands of Zimbabwe, wildlife pulses with a raw energy found in few other places on the African continent. Shaped by the mighty flow of the Zambezi River and framed by the ancient silhouettes of towering rock formations, this land is both breathtaking and unforgiving. Nature governs every moment here, from crimson sunrises that wash over the savanna to hushed nights when predators move silently through the brush, like echoes of a distant past. Extreme weather dictates the rules of survival. Prolonged dry seasons turn grasslands into fragile sheets of dust, forcing animals to travel great distances in search of water and nourishment. When the rains finally return, the land is reborn, but so are the challenges. Boundaries are tested, herds shift their structure, and hunters become more relentless in their pursuit. In Zimbabwe, every encounter, whether on the open plains of Hwange, along the wetlands of the Zambezi, or among the rugged hills of Matobo, is a measure of endurance. Wildlife here faces more than predators alone. Drought, rivalry, and constant uncertainty shape daily life. This is a realm where survival is a refined skill, balanced between strength, instinct, and chance. In the untamed heart of Zimbabwe, life moves forward with courage, while danger is never far away. In the distance, a vast herd of African buffalo makes its way toward greener pastures and a vital water source. Upon reaching the watering hole, surrounded by lush vegetation, they pause, enjoying a brief moment of calm. Unseen, the lions adjust their position. Some veer to the left, while others melt into the bushes near the muddy banks. The buffalo drink peacefully, tails swaying lazily, unaware of the danger closing in. Slowly, the lions press deeper into the wetland, shrinking the gap between predator and prey, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Then, without warning, the signal is given. A powerful roar from the dominant male shatters the silence, igniting the ambush. Chaos erupts as the buffalo scatter, hooves pounding the earth, horns swinging wildly as panic takes hold. One buffalo drifts too far from the safety of the herd, an aging bull, slower than the rest. The lions react instantly, surrounding him with remarkable precision and coordination. Hearing the thunder of paws behind him, the bull turns sharply, eyes blazing, prepared to confront what cannot be avoided. In a desperate effort, he charges, attempting to break through the encirclement. But the lions close in from every direction. One leaps onto his back, gripping tightly, while another clamps onto his leg. The buffalo fights fiercely, shaking and bellowing in a final struggle to escape. Within moments, more lions join the assault, tightening the circle. Their movements are relentless and perfectly timed, the result of countless hunts before this one. They show no hesitation, each action reinforcing the next. At last, the buffalo collapses. The struggle is over. Dust settles slowly around the fallen giant. As the sun continues its climb into the sky, the lions claim their reward, another chapter of survival written on the plains of Zimbabwe. Golden morning light filters through the canopy, gently warming the forest floor below. From between the trees, a troop of baboons emerges, moving confidently among branches and undergrowth as they scan the landscape in search of their first meal of the day. Their path leads them to a shallow pond covered with blooming lotus flowers, a rich feeding ground filled with stems, roots, and small aquatic delicacies. With practiced movements, they dig into the soft mud, pulling out tender shoots and roots to chew and share, savoring the cool freshness of the early morning. The troop moves constantly, crossing back and forth as they search for more edible plants. The confrontation is intense. Harsh grunts echo through the clearing as fur flies and powerful blows land. The rivals grapple fiercely, pushing, biting, and pulling at each other's coats. Dust swirls into the air, and their calls carry deep into the surrounding woodland. The rest of the troop retreats quickly, scrambling into nearby trees, watching with a mix of caution and curiosity. At last, one male yields and withdraws into the brush, beaten and alone. The victor remains standing, dominant and silent, his presence unmistakable. With the conflict resolved, the tension fades. One by one, the baboons descend and continue on their journey, still hungry, still driven by the endless search for food in the wild. Deep within Zimbabwe's untamed wilderness roams a predator both clever and relentless, the African wild dog, also known as Lycaon pictus. These hunters embody a rare balance of speed, strategy, and extraordinary social intelligence. Unlike domestic dogs, wild dogs live and operate as a single organism, guided by an ancient system of cooperation and loyalty. Every individual has a role, and together they achieve a level of hunting success unmatched by most predators. Packs typically range from 2 to 20 members, led by a dominant alpha pair that directs movement and decision-making. Bonds within the group are remarkably strong, reinforced through mutual grooming, complex vocal communication, and shared experience. Their greatest strength lies in flawless coordination during a hunt. Every action serves a purpose, and hesitation can mean failure. Unlike lions, which rely heavily on stealth and sudden ambush, African wild dogs prevail through endurance, collective planning, and constant pressure. Their target is steadily driven, surrounded, and denied escape. The outcome is usually swift and efficient part of nature's uncompromising balance. As evening approaches, the pack regroups, fed and alert, scanning the wind for the paths they will follow next. In their eyes burns an ancient determination that has sustained their legacy for generations. Often called painted wolves, they are far more than hunters. They are symbols of wild harmony. Though not the largest carnivores on the savanna, African wild dogs are among the most formidable. Their teamwork is unrivaled, and their persistence unyielding. Where lions depend on sheer strength, Wild dogs approach each hunt like tacticians, planning every move with precision. Each pursuit begins with careful observation. They study herds from a distance, identify weaknesses, and anticipate movement. Guided by sharp instinct, the alpha pair selects the right moment and the most vulnerable target. The first phase is containment, closing off escape routes in what becomes a deadly chess match played across the open plains. As exits vanish, panic overtakes the animal trapped at the center. A subtle shift in the alpha's posture signals the attack. What follows is sudden and decisive. Unlike leopards that depend on a single explosive strike, wild dogs rely on stamina. They rotate roles, some chase, while others recover, maintaining relentless pressure. Fatigue builds. A wildebeest stumbles. That single misstep changes everything. The leading dogs surge forward, securing the prey with precise, practiced movements. Within moments, the rest of the pack joins, ensuring the struggle cannot continue. They are not the loudest, nor the most imposing predators, but they may be the most efficient. Every successful hunt is not just nourishment, but a lesson passed to the next generation. They do not seek dominance. They seek survival, and they achieve it together. Even amid the frenzy, there is structure. Young pups linger at the edge, watching, learning, tasting the rewards of what will one day be their responsibility. This is more than feeding, it is tradition, a survival ritual etched deep into instinct. Yet vigilance never fades. Eyes remain sharp, ears tuned to every unfamiliar sound. Suddenly, a familiar shape emerges from the grass. A low, unmistakable laugh breaks the silence. A hyena bold, hungry, and uninvited moves toward the center of the feast. The wild dogs stiffen. Growls ripple through the pack as they prepare to defend their claim. The pack responds as one. They surround the intruder, forming a tight ring of resolve. The hyena postures defiantly, but the imbalance is clear. Outnumbered and outmatched, it hesitates, then retreats. Moments later, it vanishes into the golden grass, leaving behind a heavy tension in the air. The wild dogs return to their meal, more alert than before, united once again. Beneath the shade, the pack rests bellies full, bodies weary, but spirits steady, ready for whatever the wild may bring next. Resting atop a low earthen rise, a leopard lies completely still, calm, focused, and perfectly blended into its surroundings. In the distance, herds of zebras and impalas graze peacefully, unaware they are being watched. The leopard lowers its body until it nearly touches the ground, muscles tightening as its gaze locks onto an impala that has drifted slightly away from the group. Earlier, it had climbed a tree, patiently studying every movement below. With soundless steps, the leopard begins its approach, using tall grass, shadow, and stillness as cover. The impala continues feeding alone, just far enough from the herd to become the ideal target, unaware it has entered the center of a deadly ambush. Without warning, the leopard bursts into motion. A sudden surge of power races across the open ground. The impala reacts in panic, fleeing in a cloud of dust, sprinting in confusion and fear. But the leopard closes the gap with remarkable speed and precision, launching forward in a final leap and bringing its full weight down upon the fleeing antelope. The impala struggles fiercely, kicking and twisting in a desperate attempt to break free. The leopard holds firm, jaws locked, muscles fully engaged. Gradually, the impala's movements weaken. Though it continues to resist, its strength fades with each passing moment under the predator's grip. At last, the leopard drags its catch into dense cover, vanishing into the undergrowth, hidden from scavengers and rivals. It can now feed undisturbed, another silent hunt completed beneath the watchful skies of the African wild. The African open-billed stork, Anastomus lemaligerus, is a distinctive bird found throughout wetlands, lakes, and seasonally flooded grasslands across much of Africa. Its plumage is typically deep black or very dark brown, and in direct sunlight it reveals a subtle bluish sheen. Its most recognizable feature is its bill, which appears slightly open in the center even when closed. This unique adaptation allows the stork to grip snails, clams, and mussels with remarkable precision, prey that makes up the majority of its diet. Standing between 80 and 94 centimeters tall, it has long legs and an extended neck, moving with a slow yet unexpectedly graceful stride. highly specialized for feeding on freshwater snails. The open-billed stork uses its sharp bill and uniquely shaped jaws to grasp the shell, twist it, and extract the soft tissue with skill. It often stands motionless for extended periods along the edges of ponds and marshes, waiting patiently for prey to come within reach before striking with a swift, accurate motion. In addition to mollusks, its diet also includes small fish, insects, and other aquatic invertebrates. Beyond its feeding habits, this bird plays a vital ecological role by helping regulate snail populations that can impact crops and fish ponds. The African open-billed stork contributes to maintaining balance within flooded ecosystems. Sunlight spills across dense mopane woodlands and broad stretches of bush willow scrub. Moving steadily through the open grasslands, a herd of hartebeest advances with caution, their watchful eyes scanning every shadow beneath the trees. They know that danger can emerge at any moment. The size of these herds changes with the seasons and environmental conditions, ranging from small groups of around 20 to massive gatherings of more than 300 animals. The hartebeest is the last surviving member of the genus Alcelaphus, a lineage uniquely adapted for life on open plains. Over millions of years, it has evolved unusually long legs, built for endurance and high-speed escape when threats arise. Its eyes are set high on the skull, providing an expansive field of vision that allows it to detect predators from great distances. At the first sign of danger, hartebeest flee in straight-line bursts, reaching speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour. When escape is no longer an option, they rely on their long, curved horns measuring between 45 and 70 centimeters to defend themselves, forcing even formidable predators to hesitate before making an attack. Across the wide landscapes of Zimbabwe, under an unforgiving sun, a sturdy and ever-alert figure moves close to the ground, the warthog. unlike many species that retreat during the hottest hours of the day. This resilient wild pig remains active even under the harsh midday light. Tracking studies show that a warthog may spend between 60 and 70% of its day foraging, with peak activity in the early morning and late afternoon. Pregnant or nursing females, driven by greater energy demands, often extend these feeding periods even further. With a low, compact body and a pair of curved, scimitar-shaped tusks, warthogs are well equipped to dig deep burrows for shelter at night. Those same tusks also serve as effective defensive tools when danger arises. During the dry season, when fresh grasses become scarce, warthogs adopt a distinctive feeding posture, kneeling on their front legs to graze. This behavior helps conserve energy as they pull up tough roots and shoots from the soil. Their diet is highly adaptable. When needed, they supplement it with carrion and may even hunt insects or small animals. Though not large in size, an adult warthog is far from helpless. It can charge with surprising force, reach speeds of up to 45 kilometers per hour, and mothers defending their young have been known to confront mid-sized predators such as jackals. Yet their presence along the edges of savanna and scrubland can also create ecological tension. During prolonged droughts, some warthogs venture into buffer zones and cultivated areas, damaging crops such as rice, peanuts, and cassava. For several communities living near wildlife reserves, they are considered occasional agricultural pests. Adding to these concerns, warthogs can act as natural hosts for the tsetse fly, an insect capable of transmitting African sleeping sickness. This association heightens challenges in regions where human settlements and wildlife habitats overlap. with fewer than 5,000 individuals remaining across the entire continent. The black rhinoceros is listed by the IUCN as critically endangered. Of its original subspecies, only 3 continue to survive today, clinging to scattered fragments of suitable habitat. The western black rhino was officially declared extinct in 2011, a stark reminder of how quickly a species can disappear. Smaller than its close relative, the white rhinoceros. The black rhino is nonetheless a powerful and commanding animal. It can stand up to 1.8 meters at the shoulder and weigh as much as 400 kilograms. Its thick skin, shaded in tones of earthy brown to slate gray, allows it to blend seamlessly into the African bush. Its most iconic feature, the horn, which grows continuously and can reach lengths of up to 1.5 meters, has also become the source of its greatest danger. Once a symbol of strength and resilience, the horn is now the reason this ancient species faces extinction, driven by demand in illegal markets, particularly for use in traditional medicine and as a status symbol in parts of Asia. The trade in rhino horn has pushed the black rhinoceros to the edge. And yet, within the wild heart of Zimbabwe, a quiet struggle continues. A fragile but determined effort to protect and restore the species is still underway. It is a battle fought far from the spotlight, but one that offers a faint, enduring hope for one of Africa's most threatened icons. The African Cape buffalo stands among the most iconic and most feared herbivores on the continent, yet it is also one of the most heavily hunted. Each year, more than 20,000 individuals are killed to supply the trophy hunting industry, turning this powerful animal into a symbol where admiration and tragedy collide on the savanna. Adult males can reach up to 1.7 meters at the shoulder and stretch over 3 meters in length, with body weights approaching 725 kilograms, comparable to a fully loaded off-road vehicle. Their strength is legendary, built with immense mass, raw power, and an unyielding will to defend themselves. African buffalo are among the most formidable of all large herbivores. Even the most determined predators are often forced to reconsider. Their dark, dense coat offers protection against the relentless African sun. Despite their strength, buffalo life is closely tied to water. They rarely venture more than 16 kilometers from rivers, swamps, or permanent wetlands, remaining bound to the pulse of the landscape itself. What truly sets them apart, however, is their collective defense. When danger appears, the herd tightens its formation. Calves are pushed safely to the center while adults form a living barrier of muscle and horn. Their heavy curved horns, fused at the base, create a powerful shield capable of stopping even a charging attacker. And when escape is no longer possible, African buffalo do not flee. They stand their ground and fight as one. The shoebill is, without question, one of Africa's most unusual and captivating birds. Its massive bill, shaped like a wooden clog and nearly a foot in length, is a powerful tool, capable of seizing and crushing large fish, aquatic snakes, and even young crocodiles. Its habit of standing motionless for hours in the heart of a swamp often makes it appear like a living sculpture, carved by nature itself. This complete stillness is not accidental, but a flawless hunting strategy. By remaining perfectly still, the shoebill can ambush unsuspecting prey that wanders too close. With a wingspan exceeding 2.4 meters and a slow, deliberate flight style, it moves through the air in near silence, gliding just above the water's surface without disturbing it. Despite its prehistoric appearance, the shoebill is a masterfully adapted predator, a balance of strength, patience, and precision shaped by countless generations of evolution. With its piercing, watchful eyes and solemn posture, it has earned its reputation as the silent hunter of Africa's wetlands. Within the dense thickets of Combratum and Terminalia shrubs that blanket central Zimbabwe, a nearly invisible presence by day comes to life after sunset. The African crested porcupine moves quietly through the undergrowth, relying on darkness as its greatest ally. When threatened, it raises its formidable quills, some reaching up to 40 centimeters in length, forming an imposing barrier capable of discouraging even determined predators. This rodent is defined by a defensive strategy that is passive yet remarkably effective. During the dry season, as food becomes scarce, it ventures deeper into the forest in search of roots, tubers, and bark. Despite these challenging conditions, the porcupine remains resilient, supported by a specialized digestive system and an efficient nutritional strategy that allows it to extract maximum value from limited resources. Sharing the same landscape is another species that has chosen a completely different path to survival: the patas monkey. Rather than hiding or digging in, it depends on speed. Bursting across open grasslands with explosive energy, the patas monkey is the fastest primate in Africa, capable of reaching speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour, nearly twice as fast as most other African monkeys when evading danger. Built for rapid movement, it has a slender frame, powerful hind limbs, and a long, flexible tail that acts as a counterbalance. Its appearance is equally distinctive, marked by reddish fur, a pale face, and dark lines around the eyes that resemble natural spectacles. Patas monkeys live in small groups led by a dominant male, are active during the day, and travel long distances as they forage for seeds and insects. Thanks to their exceptional agility and speed, patas monkeys reduce their chances of close encounters with predators by as much as 40% compared to slower-moving primates in the same region. Not every species chooses a life of constant motion, but for the patas monkey, speed is the ultimate form of protection. As the sun sinks beyond the plains of Zimbabwe, the traces of the day's struggles remain etched into the land. Predators and prey alike have taken part in an ancient contest of strategy, strength, and endurance where survival is never promised. In this unforgiving environment, every encounter, every chase, and every instinctive decision plays a role in sustaining an ecosystem that has endured for thousands of years. Yet beyond the intensity of these daily trials lies a deeper truth. Wildlife must be protected. Every species, whether small or powerful, holds an essential place in the natural balance. Their stories remind us that conservation is not a choice. It is a responsibility. One we carry to ensure that future generations can witness the beauty, resilience, and raw power of the natural world. If this journey through the wild has inspired you and revealed the value of life in all its forms, support the mission by liking the video and subscribing to Hidden Planet TV. Join us as we continue to explore, understand, and protect the extraordinary world of wildlife